pkmn.biz for the best badges around. Hello everyone, welcome to our first podcast, and today we'll be talking about news and gaming we're the most excited for as of right now and into 2016. So, first things first, we're going to introduce ourselves. My name is Maria.
I am John.
I'm in Leon.
I'm Greg.
Alrighty.
I'm in Leon.
Let's get out of Leon.
Alrighty,
I'll try.
so first things first, Final Fantasy VII Remake. First impressions, guys. How are y'all's first impressions?
I'm really excited. I'm probably, out of the four of us, probably the biggest fan of 7. And I'm excited. It looks huge. You know, it looks a lot bigger than I expected.
Crazy huge.
And the characters look good so far.
Yeah.
I like Wesley Snipes, Wallace, and Biggs and Jesse turned out really good. They look pretty cool.
Biggs and Jesse. Good God, Biggs' hair is perfect.
It looks like they just took the old model and just
they
didn't change the outfit at all. They colored on it.
I'm here to save the planet. Oh
yeah.
Are you being Wedge?
Yeah.
You're like the rest of us.
I just love how everything is instead of the blocky, like
Those
first graphics.
PS4 blocks. That I love.
it's now almost like a work of art. You can.
Yeah.
It's very animated. It's artistic. Everything's really grungy and dirty. Cloud's face. You can tell he's younger, and
it was dirty, like it was muggy.
Yeah, even his hair is not as pretty. It's like
The
it's got like the
atmosphere
kind
is
of
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a lot of green to it, which was always used in like the cutscenes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of green in the sky, which I liked. I like how shiny Cloud's sword is. I hope that doesn't get too distracting because it's always gonna be right in your face while you're walking. But that thing was like, anytime it faced the camera, like when you shine your watch in someone's eye.
Plus, it's actually on the right side too. It's
Yeah.
holding it the right way.
Yeah, for a while in like Dissidia and stuff, they've been having him put his sword on backwards, which has been bothering me. They're like, oh man, he's like Zack, I guess.
But he's not.
Yeah. But one thing I'm hopeful for is that it gets like an NX release, because Cloud and Smash, like it might be pushing towards it. I'm not holding my breath, but the play it first on PS4, it really opens up playing on like the Xbone and the PC.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility.
But I really want PC just for mods, because that'll just be fun.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you could play it with a lot of different
The things
skins.
people do. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Isn't there already a someone out there that does create skins for the PC game currently?
Oh yeah, there's a whole forum like dedicated to that. I used to dabble with that back in the day, and then now my old laptop doesn't work, so I don't do that anymore.
Running out of RAM, I guess.
But okay, so the game is episodic,
Woo.
which
No, don't do that.
yeah, which I've heard a lot of criticism for, but I think it's the best choice.
Yeah.
Because first of all, it's gonna get it out faster.
Yep.
Because we're gonna get the first chunk, you get to play it, and you don't get burned out with a 60-hour game.
Yeah, all at once. Why give it to you immediately and you can be fed pieces by pieces? Because honestly, with the games coming out next year, if it's like each chapter or episode's like 8 or 9 hours long, that's enough, versus 60, 70 hours at once.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Also, keep in mind, 1997 is when the game came out. 2017 is right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna try to get those episodes out
Oh,
by
yeah.
2017. Plus, Square has like already a ton on their table. They have the
With
Nier
15.
coming out, 15. They have Kingdom Hearts 3 they're still developing. They have quiet down, quiet down. That would not be tolerated in this house.
All right. I'm sorry.
But we got KH3. We have a good chunk of stuff that they have. So they're gonna try to get that out by 2017.
Yeah.
No way they're gonna be like, yeah, we gotta delay it. Please be patient with us.
Yeah,
It's not
Yeah.
yeah, they got to hit that 20th anniversary.
They would get a lot of backlash from the gaming community.
Yeah.
Although I'm kind of glad that they're doing the episodic release, because at one point I can't even imagine them just oh, here we go, here's this brand new, we remade it, coming out, like the game that we know and love, if they did it all at once,
Yeah,
like
well,
there would be a lot of things needed to cut out. And,
well, no, the thing about that is, going further on what you're saying, back then, like before the PS2 era, and a little bit, just barely into the PS1 era with JRPGs, they were really a lot bigger in terms of, like, there were a lot of places that you could go because they didn't have to worry about realism, they didn't have to worry about scale. Like, you would hop out on the world map, you're the size of a city, but no one complained about that. If you did that now, no one would stand for it,
Yeah.
And that's one thing I'm actually kind of worried about with the remake, if they're doing it episodic, because, it could pull a 13. It's like, oh, here's Midgar, it's huge, it's beautiful, and now here's a straight line to get to Calm afterwards. Or 10, yeah,
to an extent.
To an extent, yeah.
I'm leaning with 10.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I want to say 13 to just kind of hit the strike the iron. Sorry, Greg.
Lightning was a mistake.
13's not bad. It's just like
no, 13's not bad. It's awful.
13.
Final Highway 13.
It had one good character.
Okay, I didn't finish it. I confess, I didn't finish it.
No.
It's not worth it.
It's
Sarah.
not worth it.
Sarah, gonna be a hero.
Yeah. Oh man. But to further your point, also when it comes to the old school RPGs, they were like, you can say that they were basically old school D&D.
Yeah.
Everything was done on a grid. Everything was done mathematically. They had their imaginations at the work, and their imaginations were put into the artwork, put into the gameplay, and the scale was so huge because of that. It was basically big open sandbox. Now when it comes to Final Fantasy VII, because of them having sources like that, because they did Final Fantasy VII before, it should be kind of easy for them to get it done and be like, okay, we know this, we know that, maybe we'll add a few little things to it, done, on to the next one. They should be able to be done with it, really relatively well, considering the fact they've done it before, unlike doing a new game. So
Right.
Well, the thing that really has me, it's got me kind of hopeful and kind of worried. I'm kind of on the fence. Was in the trailer that we got recently, it's showing Cloud going through one of the sectors, and it's gigantic. Like, there's streets everywhere, there are people just walking around, and at that point in the game, that's one room. That is just one room that you walk through. You meet Aerith, and she's like, "Oh, hey, what's going on? Here's a flower," and then that's it. But this is like a massive, this is like, it's like Lord of the Rings.
It's almost like a city.
Yeah, it feels like a real city.
You're just going, your character is going into a city, and you're seeing all these details, and although it's really pretty.
Yeah. It's. I mean, hopefully it's not like Shenmue levels of interacting with stuff, or I'll never get out of Midgar.
I'd never stop talking to people.
By the way, fun fact: the actor who plays Shenmue, he was Mega Ranger. He was Mega Ranger Red.
Really?
What?
Really?
Hey.
Wow.
You're learning something new every day, folks.
That is something cool.
That
Fun
is
fact,
awesome.
baby.
Fun fact.
One thing
Hashtag fun facts.
Yeah, another thing I was going to talk about real quick is, in addition to being the one part of it being controversy, is the episodic, but also the gameplay. What do you think about that?
Yes.
I
good
think
point.
I think it looks really fun. It's pretty much Crisis Core but faster, because there's a lot more running around, and it seems that you can switch between characters. But I mean, it looks fine because it still has your magic, your summon, your item. It's got all those menus.
Yeah.
But it really feels like you couldn't do a turn-based, big-budget PS4 game. Like you could. People wouldn't stand for that. They'd be like, "Oh, this is boring. There's this huge, elaborate world, and here my characters are standing still." You want something moving around.
Too slow.
Square Enix took that concept away when 12 came out.
Yeah.
Or hell, when 11 came out. If you think about it.
Yeah.
12 is not like that way.
It worked on Bravely
13
Default.
It worked
Because it's a smaller scale game.
Smaller scale, and they know going in like, okay, we need to make an RPG like this.
Yeah.
That's why it's such a damn good game.
Well, the more realistic you go, the more movement you have to have. You can't have
And we have to push
static.
the envelope.
Yeah, you can't have just static pen and paper, battles. But I think it looks fine. I've seen people complain about it. Maybe there'll be like a toggle or something where you can just like toggle this and then boom, you're in turn
Game
based.
Plus or
One,
something.
Yeah.
one thing that did kind of scare me about the new battle system was that the menus looked somewhat similar to that of 13.
I didn't.
Hearts.
Yeah, it looks more Kingdom
It's
Hearts.
Kingdom
Yeah. Well, I just hope it doesn't. It isn't that.
Well,
And I'm sure they've learned from it, but
Well, Nomura
I
is
still
behind
feel
it.
that like
Yeah.
that small little voice saying,
Yeah.
Straight up,
it could be just like 13.
Well, the
like,
thing about the thing about the 13 battle system is you picked like action, and it would do all those. It seems like this is more of a Crisis Core Kingdom Hearts type thing where each action
I
is
really
a separate
hope
thing.
so.
But I guess you're gonna be able to move with the stick and then menu with the D-pad.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
That's kind of how it's looking.
That looks pretty good.
Because like I don't want it to be like how 13 was in the battle system because it moved around a lot, but you couldn't control your character. You know,
you
like
just
be like,
pressed X
here's all
the
these
time.
huge actions, and now I'm running back into place. You know, like it was kind of like a weird midpoint.
Yeah. They'll
Battle
definitely be like
systems.
Kingdom Hearts. They'll definitely be like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, but with no jumping.
That'd be really awesome.
Yeah.
No jumping.
just don't
Or
jump.
maybe there will be. We don't know.
I hope
Oh,
not.
man.
I
Because
hope.
they want it to be separate.
Yeah, if I want to play Kingdom Hearts, I'll play Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But FF7 looks great.
It
Loving
looks really good.
I'm alright with it. You know,
I'm gonna buy it for sure.
I dabble with 7. I haven't played it. I'm more of a 9
Yeah.
guy, but nevertheless, 7 is
Well,
baller.
four is my favorite.
Yeah,
For-
10's
four-
my favorite.
four and then 7.
10 and
Four
the
and
other
then
one that we won't talk about.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, that brings me to another point.
Oh, I remember now.
What? Oh, go ahead.
All right, one thing. I like how it's kind of expanding the characters and story to, from what we see, because we see a lot more with Avalanche, like right out the gate, which is it's gonna make it so much cooler when they die.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, because
can-
in the original game, it's like, oh, hey, they're these people that I know, and that's it. But in this one, like, you can already like see their relationship. They have like a camaraderie with each other. It's probably gonna show how close Barrett is to them. So him getting really devastated is gonna be it's gonna be a lot more powerful
Yeah.
if they do it right.
So those shades. What do you think Barrett will take them off?
I think
Or will he even take them off?
he is. I'm calling it now. Sector 7 falls. Avalanche dies. That's when in the original, that's when Barrett starts to open up more. That's when the glasses are coming off. He's hiding behind the glasses to be a tough guy. But as soon as his team is dead, and then they're starting the real mission, that's when the glasses come off.
See,
Or it's optional.
the way
$10 turn it off.
Or
way-
he's doing it all to be a cool guy because
Yeah.
he takes the shades off. There's another shades underneath it.
Yes.
Oh,
no,
man.
no. Takes off. He has one eye and one gun eye.
No, the way I've always imagined it, he's doing the mission. Anytime he goes on his mission, he'll have the shades on. But then when he gets home to his home at the bar, oh, Marlene, he takes them off. He's the family
Yeah,
man.
okay, yeah.
That's
like,
good. I'll be okay with that.
I just thought-
I'm at home. I don't need to
Yeah,
mask myself with these shades because I'm already a badass.
Yeah, but he is still leading people, and he has to be intimidating when he's there. I just hope they keep the pinball machine that leads to the basement,
Yeah.
because that was so stupid, and I loved it. And the part when the pinball machine is down, and Barrett just climbs up the railing and jumps up, like it's so stupid. I hope they keep all those little silly moments, and some of the funny lines, like the best line in the game is, one of the best lines in the game is when Barrett says, "You know what that looks like to me? It's a golden shiny wire of hope." It's such a bad line, but it's so cool because he's trying to be encouraging, but he doesn't really know how. And as long as they keep Let's Mosey, that's the best line in the game.
That is the one line that you can't.
That's the best line in the game.
I'm super excited to hear just Cloud saying that, and then just who was it, Sid? That's like, oh come on, man, like
Yeah,
come on,
Sid's like, damn again.
Yeah, again with that cheesy ass, like.
Say let's move or something.
Yeah, let's move out.
Let's move. Yeah.
Also, let me just say this real quick. I am shocked and surprised that Square Enix had English voice casting for it.
Yeah,
But
already.
usually it would be in Japanese, and it's like, oh god, we gotta wait.
Yeah, the first trailer, yeah.
3 years later, I was out in Japan like past 2 years. but they have it here
Mhm.
because just like Final Fantasy 15, they may want to have a worldwide release for this. I mean, why not? It's
Yeah.
FF7. Why would you
Come
say
on.
yeah?
Everyone's
better.
gonna import it if it doesn't have it worldwide or at least less than a month.
It has to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game's gonna be localized and taken care of.
Well, it's gonna be digital,
and digital.
so that's a lot easier
Yeah.
to do.
But nevertheless, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. I really hope it keeps all the silly stuff. I want to. One thing I've seen people talk about, and I think we should bring it up. Steve Burton, the guy that plays Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Every role that he's been in, it's been Advent Children, Kingdom Hearts, Dissidia, Crisis Core to an extent, but it's always been Cloud in his like mopey period. But in 7 he's a smart ass. There's a huge range of emotions
he's
because
like
it's
a
not until the
real
end when he's like, oh crap, like I'm upset about this. So I really hope that he can show a range of motion. And Crisis Core did a good job as a young Cloud because he sounded a little bit perky. Yeah, but you could still kind of hear
the unsureness.
Yeah, you could hear someone who wasn't sure in themselves, like, oh, I just failed my entire life, but hanging in there. So I really hope that he brings that to the table because I mean, a lot of the game is gonna revolve around that, unless Square Enix is like, oh no, Cloud's like this now. He's always gonna be a depressed guy. Like
no.
that's a deal breaker. Because that's not Cloud.
Please don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, so
Giant ass.
Steve,
Yeah.
if you're listening, just bring it out, man.
So in the words of
let it all out.
the words of the president of Square Enix, please be patient with us. We'll be out soon.
Good shout.
Yeah.
That's gonna be on the gravestone.
Although, let's see, one of the parts of the game that I'm actually excited for is to finally see Cloud all dressed up.
Oh, yeah.
When he goes to see Don. Is it Corneo?
Corneo, yeah.
Corneo.
Yeah, it's just gonna be the model for Lightning.
If they
that's all it's gonna be.
they do not pretty him up like his Lightning and give him the pink hair with the braids, that is surely a missed opportunity.
The whole wall market
They're
section.
gonna
is-
do it. They
the-
announced they're gonna do it.
The whole wall market section is gonna be insane. Like getting in the bathtub with all the muscle men.
Man, I'm so excited for
doing that and then getting a thong as your reward. Like it's gonna be really weird.
Yeah.
But that's part of the game. It has to be in, or it's not. 7.
It is for $10.
Man, just milking it.
Oh yeah, do you think all the episodes are gonna come separately, or it's gonna be just one bulk purchase you buy and then you get them as soon as they come
Probably
out?
like a season pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll totally be a season pass.
Do you
Yeah.
think they'll do both?
Everybody's
I-
doing it.
Probably both.
Everybody's
Yeah.
doing it.
I
Why
want
not?
to say that they are gonna come out individually, but after a certain time, they're gonna be like, oh, these have been out
Yeah.
for long enough. Let's just go ahead and you can buy all of these for a discounted price and
I think
and
they're
you'll still
gonna.
earn all the extras.
I think they're gonna do that as a physical release later on, like after the whole game is out. Like, here's
Midgar
a
of the
physical-
Year edition.
Ooh, I like that.
that would be awesome.
It's good stuff. Let's go.
I can't wait to see the bitch slap fight between Tifa and Scarlet. That part's gonna be
yes.
fun.
That's gonna be epic.
It's.
I watch wrestling like that all the time.
There you go, man.
Oh man,
Equal rights, man.
there better be like a button prompt.
Quick
Woo!
quick time event.
Or Don Corneo hump in the air.
Oh yeah, dry hump in the air. That's gonna be great. And it better have the little sound effect too, like the.
Oh
you know, like-
goodness.
That was really funny.
What if he like made that noise himself?
Oh like.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
if he made that noise himself?
No.
Just give him a quirk.
The part I'm looking forward to the most, Palmer getting hit by a truck.
Yes.
That is that's the funniest part in the game because you beat him and he's like,
I'm gonna get away.
he's like, oh haha, and he like taunts you and he runs away and then a truck out of nowhere
Yeah.
just slams into him and you never see
Ooh,
him.
man.
Yeah.
I wonder if he will if he'll just fly immediately.
Yeah, it, like
Like-
really cartoony.
Yeah.
Some Final Destinations. Just get this.
Well, what about Vincent and Yuffie?
Oh.
Because they were optional, but
Right.
at this point they kind of have to
Yeah.
be part of the story. So
They're
maybe
not having children. They'll
Yeah.
find some kind of clever way of like adding them in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe if you don't have them at a certain point, like the optional way, then it's like they just get integrated into the story. It's like, hey, I'm passing by. We have similar goals or something.
Or maybe it'll come out. There'll be like little side quests because that's what they really were. To get them, they were
Yeah,
little
exactly.
side quests. So it'll be the main episode, And then, oh, at this point in the game, you could go get Yuffie and Vincent. So let's give them,
But what I'm saying is
like a little pass.
like we have to make it where you can't skip it because they're really more integral to the story at this point. Going back, they're a lot more important. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We will see.
Yeah, we will see.
Any
Yes.
The
Ooh.
La la.
the busy bee, the little
Honeybee Inn?
Honeybee
Busy
Inn.
bee.
Oh man, yeah, that was. If they weren't little blocky characters, they were very scantily clad.
I wonder, because there's a part where you can go talk to the models, right? The
When you go in the
women that were
dressing
working,
room, yeah, and you can get them put makeup on you.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna get
I'm interested to see that.
to do the music again?
They could bring him in.
I want to believe, but I'm pretty doubtful. Because
Well-
the music's already been written.
You're right.
Like it just needs to be
Arranged.
orchestrated
Yeah,
and
Fine-tuned.
mixed.
mixed up.
And
I hope so, but
Like a remix or something.
yeah.
well, they're
the trailer
there-
used Distant Worlds.
and
soundtrack.
there is Voices of the live stream that's been up for a while.
That's a OC remix thing. That's not good stuff.
Put those.
Well, Remix is amazing though. Like,
Yeah. If you haven't heard Voices of the
Dan
Live
the Beat Geese Street Fighter Alpha
Go,
2 theme. Oh my god, hear that.
Go look
Are
it
you
up.
advertising something that's 10 years old?
yeah.
You're funny.
Hey, no, that's hustling.
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 They were
Hustling.
hustling. Do you think
Shout out to Ross.
do you think they'll fix the line? I think this guy or
This
sick?
guy are sick.
Yeah.
I hope that maybe there's, I don't know, like a DLC or something where you can keep in all the, like, if it's subtitled at the bottom, it'll have the typos in it, but the voice will come out correctly.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny.
That would be nice.
Because the trailer, the first thing you see is a typo in the new trailer. It says, what is it? The legendary
Legendary.
Yeah.
the
hero.
legendary comes back, or
Yeah.
it like forgets a word. It should be the legend comes back.
Yeah.
Or whatever it says, which is oddly fitting for 7.
It's good stuff.
So we'll see. I don't know.
Wait and see.
Alrighty.
Let's see. Alrighty.
Well, this has been great talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Woo! That's what you say in Spanish. FF7.
FF7
Remaku, whatever you say,
Remake.
remake in Spanish.